Joining me now via Skype is Chief Executive Officer of Cowry Assets Limited, Sir Johnson Chukwu, to review the market and, of course, look at the impact of the first reported case of coronavirus in Nigeria. Good to have you join us, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Tolu, for having me.
Well, I don't know, I'm sure you have your sanitizers now and everything around you. Tell us, how does this really come to you and what's the direct effect on trade and business across the country? What message does it send?
Well, I think we're going to see a slowdown in business interaction among people in the country. It is very likely that people are going to stay away from areas that are largely populated or where you're going to have large crowds. So some businesses will have direct hit. Take, for instance, businesses like entertainment industry. They're going to have a direct hit. Nightclubs are going to be deserted because people don't want to get it from such social environment. Social activities like mass weddings, church services, people are going to be very cautious in doing such highly populated or areas where you have a large population of people. Then, in terms of business, of course, we're going to have supply disruptions. Most of our raw materials, most of our parts come from China. China is actually the largest import market in Nigeria. And then, as it relates to the equity market, we saw a drop of about 2.2% today, which is one of the highest we've seen in the current year. You can't rely on the fact that it may be related to the discovery or the finding out that there is a candidate case that is already infected with coronavirus in the country. So I think there is some level of state of panic within the economic space. People are worried that they are worried whether we have the capacity to contain such contagious viral infections, given what the government has done so far. People are going to be looking at the government for reassurance that we can manage this crisis and it's not going to go beyond what we currently have.
I mean, Mr. Johnson, some are saying that Asian and even other markets should, or even the economies should actually at this time brace up for recession. I don't know if that is too heavy. How does it come to you?
You know, man lives by economic activities. You really can't break up for recession in that context of it. I mean, take for example, you need to buy food. I'm sure you don't have a farm. If you have a farm, you don't have a fish farm. So there has to be some level of trade, some level of commerce for people to exist. So you can't have a complete shutdown of any society for a some period of time. Maybe you can ask people to stop for 2 days. I think that's because of China has done it. China has quarantine people. But just to some extent, the extent you can go in restraining people from getting involved in commercial activity, because that is the way societies operate. I don't think it's possible. You can't shut down parties, you can't shut down a country, you can't shut down commerce, you can't shut down people from interacting for commercial activities. People need to buy food, people need to buy clothes, people need to buy power supply. It's several things that they need to keep life going.
The figures just in shows that the Nigerian stock market is closing down this Friday, 2.14%. What were you expecting, or what do you think?
Yeah, that's what I said earlier, that the market suffered a huge loss today, obviously because there's some level of panic, I must tell you. People are apprehensive. People don't know how this will play out. I spoke with somebody who is very senior in this country, and he told me that he's supposed to travel to his state of origin, and he's thinking of deferring that travel. He doesn't know who is going to sit beside him in the aircraft. He doesn't want to go out. He just wants to stay away from a crowd. And like the concerns people have is that the government has also not responded appropriately. And I'll tell you why. The government position has been that if you come down with fever, you should stay at home, you should quarantine yourself. I think that for me is shying away from their responsibility. Their responsibility to go out and trace and track those who may have come into contact with the virus. It shouldn't be that when people fall sick, they should now call. You should track them and monitor them. We should have task forces that are going around tracking those people that are possibly quarantining them. I mean, China could quarantine a whole city. People have quarantined people in cruise ships for 2 weeks, and the heavens did not fall. So I think to believe people will go and quarantine themselves at home and report to the hospitals when they fall sick. And unfortunately, the symptoms of this coronavirus are common symptoms. Fever, sneezing, coughing. People that have such symptoms would presume that they have fever or they have malaria. They will likely go and try some personal medication or safe medication. And that will worsen it because they're going to go to a pharmacy or a chemist, stay with their families and get their family members infected. So I think government needs to be more proactive in trying to contain this. We need to set up safe places where we can quarantine people that we suspect might have this infection, and if they don't come out with the infection, we allow them to go home.
Talk about the oil market. Many might be waiting for OPEC, and let's see what their reaction will be to this, even movement and shipping of petroleum, crude oil at this time. How do you see that playing out? Talking about coronavirus vis-a-vis the oil market.
The oil market has already badly hit. If you look at the figures of crude, yesterday, the crude had WTI, which is West Texas Intermediate, crude had dropped about $47. We saw Brent crude trading about $1 per barrel. That was more than $7 below what it traded a few days ago. In fact, we saw even flat drop to 430 naira. Sorry, $430 per metric ton. So we've seen huge hit on the oil industry. It's very simple. The airline industry, ISA has said airlines will buy a lot. Airlines are major consumers of crude byproducts, which is aviation fuel. Factories are shutting down in China. You just mentioned that Honda is shutting down their factory in South Korea. So the major consumers of crude and crude-related products are actually moving away from business. And that has affected the price of crude. And unfortunately, that will have a direct impact on our foreign exchange earnings. Today, there is oversupply in the market because the major consumers are slowing down their consumption as a result of plastic shortage due to the coronavirus.
Let's look at Forex market now, foreign exchange earnings and all of that. We see a dip already in external reserves. What do you think with regards to foreign exchange movement this time?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to have a hit coming from the lower price of crude and coming even from the reduction in demand for crude. So you're going to have two things. We may not be able to sell all our cargo, and then we're also dealing with the lower price. And the way it's going, crude could actually drop below $50. I mean, Brent crude, of course, WTI has already dropped below $50. Brent crude, which is where our products are sold, I mean, our product class, could actually drop below $50, and that's quite below the budget benchmark. So that means that our foreign exchange earnings will decline. Of course, the reduction in further reduction in foreign exchange earnings from slowdown in export earnings will have a direct impact on reserve, and we already see the reserve at $6 billion. So should that come under further pressure, exchange rate we have to give it, something we have to give it, and that could affect the exchange rate because there's just a limit to the capacity of the central bank to continue to defend the naira if our foreign exchange earnings drop drastically. Of course, we've already seen a slowdown in foreign portfolio investment. We've seen a slowdown in foreign direct investment. So the major source of earnings is coming, foreign exchange earnings coming from export of crude, and that is likely going to come under attack should this coronavirus crisis persist.
Wow, so moving on now, as we move into a new week and even a new month, what are your expectations, generally, even for the market and the Nigerian economy?
Well, I think we are in a very we're in a difficult situation. Let me not quantify it with qualify with the verb. We're in a difficult situation. I hope that this ill wind will blow over quickly. The coronavirus is creating what people are now expecting that could lead to another economic meltdown. And because of the pervasive nature, more than 40 countries have reported infection. You did mention today that Nigeria has reported infection, Netherlands has reported, Belarus has reported, a country prime minister is under quarantine. So see a very pervasive effect on the global economy. And that could lead to slowdown in commodity demand and affect not just Nigeria, a lot of other commodity exporting countries. So it's a very precarious situation. Unfortunately, we don't have the buffers that we had in 2008 when we had a global economic crisis. So we are no longer as strong as we were then. A lot will depend on how dynamic, how proactive the monetary authorities and the authorities are in managing the fallout of this coronavirus crisis.
Right there, Mr. Johnson Chukwu, Chief Executive Officer, Cowry Assets Limited. Thank you very much for joining us on Business Nigeria.